Today we're going to talk about the cloud architecture of My Digital Shield. You probably heard of it referred to as the MDS Cloud. So it may look a little bit complex from the outside whenever you look at it and you say, what's going on there? What is really in the MDS Cloud? What is this device that I have? What does it really do? So we're going to try to answer all of those questions as we go on today in the next few minutes. So I think to start out, what we need to do is kind of explain a little bit of the history of what's been going on with the security over the last 10, 15 years. As time went on, what happened is we experienced attacks from hackers, and we built up firewalls to protect them. And then bad guys found a way in around those. So we built up other defenses, and they found ways around those defenses. And then we built up other defenses, and they found way around those defenses. And this went on and on for many years until we come up and we stand back and we look, okay, what does it take to secure your business today? If you're just going to start from the beginning, what does it take to secure business? It ends up being this big group of defenses that you need installed. And some companies started doing a good job at unifying them, building up unified threat management, which can be very expensive and also very cumbersome because you need to configure multiple products all from one interface. So how is My Digital Shield different, or what is the MDS Cloud Architecture? So what My Digital Shield did that's a little bit different is first they built out a cloud up on the internet. We took all the defenses and moved them up there. And we organized them in a way that's compatible for your business specifically. That's why when you go through the configuration, it'll ask you what your business type is, what business systems you use. So we take all of the defenses that there are out there and we try to organize them and configure them properly for your business. But more importantly is we do it up in the network, up in the cloud, where there is plenty of processing resources and plenty of bandwidth available. So why is that important? First of all, because it's got plenty of processing resources, it's not going to slow down your internet connection. So let's take a look at how different it is whenever you're defended by MDS versus not. Companies that are connected directly to the internet, they'll experience attacks all the time, and 1 in 5 small businesses every year experience a breach. And it's very impactful to their business. We hear all the time how we got hit by this, we got hit by that, and it ended up costing us X amount of dollars. So that's why it's important, first of all, to have those base level of defenses for your business, regardless of what your business size is. The problem is we're all connected to the same internet, and everybody in the world is your immediate neighbor. There's no good neighborhood, no bad neighborhood. There is no I need less defenses because I'm a smaller. Everybody needs the same level of defense. In fact, the impact to small businesses is much more. A Home Depot, they could pay $4 billion or $5 billion in fines and fees, and they could still sell hammers. A pizza shop, even if they have to pay $100,000 in fines and fees because credit cards were stolen from their location, they might not be selling pizzas the next day. So that's why it's important to have at least that base level of defenses. So you probably noticed that you receive some kind of a box, and we have this question asked many times. What does that box do? From a security perspective, that little box that you get has a grade 1 level education. It does absolutely nothing for security. What that box is meant to do is, number one, provide Wi-Fi, and number two, which more importantly, it takes all of your traffic that's internet bound, creates a tunnel to our cloud, and sends everything through to our cloud. And that's where all the complexity and all the different layers and all the protection lie, is up in our cloud, because we have plenty of processing resource to be able to do that. If you do any of that processing here on this little box, that processing will slow down your internet connection, and it's not going to get any better regardless of what processor you use, unless you spend tens of thousands of dollars, because bandwidth demands always grow, and the inspection of the processing for inspection is always growing as well. So although the processors get faster, all of that gets eaten up and then some from the requirements to process to detect all the threats and malware that needs to happen. The internet, of course, it's very, very complex. It's got a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of good stuff that helps you run your business on a day-to-day basis, and there's a lot of bad stuff where the bad guys are trying to get in and steal stuff from your business and take advantage of you being on the internet. And there's everything else in the middle as well. So let's take a look at the architecture here. On a regular basis, if you're not connected through the MDS cloud, you're connected to the internet, and your bandwidth is constantly being eaten up by scans, probes, stuff that you don't want that's being sent through across your internet connection. First of all, chewing at your bandwidth, and second of all, infecting your business. From the MDS perspective, of course, way up in the cloud, we have lots of processing resources. All of those get blocked way up here through all the different layers of security and the layers of defenses, and your pipe remains clean. So your bandwidth is there to use for what you need it for to run your business, as opposed to sharing it with all the bad guys trying to get in. So a traditional approach to security is this right here. And in this scenario right here, you still protect against all the threats as they come through, but there's a couple of problems here. Number one is all of these scans and probes and malware, they're still eating at your bandwidth, and they're limiting what you could do as far as your business goes. And second of all, whatever box you install here, there's a couple of options, but usually this is going to cost you quite a bit of money up front. And second, it's going to slow down your network, because all of that processing, if you have all of these layers of protection on this little box over here, it's going to slow down your network unless you spend tens of thousands of dollars to get an adequate box. And then it's going to not slow you down for 3 or 4 years, and then you're going to need to upgrade and spend that amount of money again. The other alternative of what people do is if you do buy a small box and it does perform well, that usually means that they disable all of the security features that there needs to be. And at that point is, what's the point of having that? It's like you're only stopping half of the stuff. And usually the stuff you don't stop is the things that are really going to affect you negatively. So, and that's the difference between what regular defenses do for you and what My Digital Shield does. The analogy is like a gym. We're like the gym of security. You can spend a little bit of money or a lot of money trying to build out your basement, get a treadmill, maybe get some weights or something, or you can try to kind of unify that and get like a Bowflex or something. You're still spending a lot of money on whatever you're buying, and it limits how much you can work out because you don't have all of those workout tools available to you. Or the alternative is you could spend $50 a month on a gym membership, and you could go and access it 24/7 using tons of free weights, tons of exercise equipment, all kinds of cardio equipment. There's classes available. A lot of times there's a pool, a sauna, a jacuzzi, sometimes racquetball courts. So you have the tens of millions of dollars of exercise equipment available to you for a low monthly fee. And My Digital Shield is the same way. We build out this cloud infrastructure, allowing you to protect your business the way that enterprises, Fortune 500s, companies, and federal governments defend themselves by only paying a small monthly fee. So just as a summary, the cloud architecture could seem a little bit complex when you look at it from a top, but hopefully we helped clarify it a little bit, and we helped explain how it's not extremely complex, but the most important thing is all the processing is done up in our cloud. The small device that you get, the cloud link, it's called a cloud link because all it does is it links you up to our cloud. Think of it as a virtual cable. That little device allows you to plug into the MDS cloud, and at that point, everything behind the MDS cloud is considered dark internet. Nobody sees what's going on there to the rest of the world. To the rest of the world, the MDS cloud is your presence. That border, that perimeter of the MDS cloud is